When I first logged into Albion Online, I had no idea what I was signing up for. I came from games like Elder Scrolls Online, where Cyrodiil made me fall in love with chaotic open world PvP. Then I played New World, where that PvP was gone, but I fell in love with the Iron Man playstyle, crafting my own gear, finding everything I needed in the world. Every item meant something, and I wanted a game that could marry both of those passions. Then I found Albion, a game where you gather and craft what you wear, then walk into red and black zones where death is always one step behind you. It's brutal, it's beautiful, and it's the MMO I've been searching for my entire life. So I made a video, just my story, gathering, exploring, surviving. I figured a few people might enjoy it. But what happened next? That shocked me more than anything in Albion so far. Your response was insane. Hundreds of comments, welcome to Albion, which I've just never had before. Even Albion Online official commented, I've never had this much support for a video, ever. So thank you, sincerely, thank you. But this is just the beginning. In the last episode, you made a decision for me that shaped my whole career path in the game and ultimately led to my complete ruin, which you'll see in this video. This time, I'm gonna need your help again to make another critical choice, another turning point. So join me once again, let's get deeper into my story, and welcome back to Albion. Oh, don't stand in that, don't stand in that. So this is my duo partner, Jackal. So you'll be seeing a lot of him. And we were doing a dungeon with the two of us, so it's gonna be kind of pretty easy. Oh, mama. You don't stand in there. So I'm not gonna lie, I kind of let him do a little bit of the heavy lifting while I kind of let my health get back, and I just tagged him a few times to look like I was doing some work. But hey, doesn't matter how you win, it's that you win. And there I got a nice little health back with that axe throw on the Battleaxe, such a good skill. And so I come in more aggressively and finish him off. So I came up with Paws McCartney, my bear, and the first job on the agenda is to get a trophy for my lumberjack. So I get to work chopping down the old chestnut trees or pretty much any trees that I can find to fill up that book. If you actually look at the mining book, it fills up as you chop down trees that are within a tier level of it. So you'll see these points here. That's basically what will go up every time you chop down a tree, and then you want to reach to the maximum points. And then the book closes, like it basically is filled up, and then you're able to take it back to the lumberjack at my house, hand it in, and then he'll go off and get the trophy. So after doing that, I refine all my mats, which is often what I'll do after a big session of gathering. One of the things I hate about the Limhurst trading area, so Limhurst will have a big trading area that you can run around to the various shops. At this point, I'm at a leather shop and I'm refining the leather, but I find like Limhurst the most confusing of all the towns. Like its layout is like, yeah, you have to walk like really long distances sometimes. Like with this leather here, he's like miles away from anyone else, which can be a little bit annoying. But it's all worth it, because after doing all that work, I create some journeyman hoods, and then I study them. The end result is now I can make adept hoods, which is awesome. I do the chest and I do the boots as well, and I get them up to adept, and so now I'm able to make adept armor and all of the leather armor, which for me is like a pretty good step in the right direction. And now the fun part begins. I make myself a hunter hood. This gives me access to retaliate so I can reflect damage back at my attackers. Then I make a mercenary jacket, which enables me to get a heal. And then I make some hunter shoes, which gives me a speed boost as well as cooldown reduction. And so then I get my full set. And now, my friends, I'm a fully functional warrior. I'm very adept at fighting within the lands of Albion. Well, almost. I still need to get my weapons and the other stuff. But hey, that's my first adept armor, so I'm happy about that. I actually get my Battleaxe up as well by studying some of the journeyman items. So technically, I'm able to craft it. But much to my disgust, I don't have the mats to be able to craft it. So I guess that'll be a little task I'm going to do in the near future. And then it was time to reveal to my duo partner the big decision that you had all decided for me in a poll that I put up on my channel. So, the people have voted, and looks like we're going to Caerleon.
What?
That's right. I'm letting you guys make some major decisions with these videos. And I put up a poll and I said, which faction should I join? Limhurst or Carleon? And at this point in time, the vote was 60% of you said Carleon and 40% of you said Limhurst. So I told my duo partner Jackal, pack your bags, get excited, we're joining the Caerleon faction, and this was his response. So with all my possessions and everything I own, we were ready to make our journey through to Caerleon.
Uh-oh. There's someone in this town.
Shit.
Sometimes in life, you've got to make some tough decisions, you know?
I died.
Don't bloody judge me. I told you guys I was a coward. This is exactly why I need to go to Caerleon, to get braver. So I make it to Caerleon, and then I'm able to finally set myself up in the new city. Oh, look at this magnificent bastard. I checked out the trade house, and the lower tier items definitely seemed a lot more expensive, which means there was money to be made. And that's all Jack needed to hear.
So where do I sign up?
But your wish is my command, and you guys said go Caerleon, and so I signed up for Caerleon. There was definitely a few advantages to Caerleon. I am a massive coward when it comes to PvP, and I'll try to avoid PvP fights because I get, like, you know, I am a bit of a coward. I'll generally run if I can. And so by playing in Caerleon, it'll force me to engage because I'm trying to work on getting a build and a weapon that kind of maybe makes me fight a little bit more. So I thought that would be one massive advantage joining Caerleon. The other advantage is just that you can just walk out to any of the zones. If you want forest, you can go into forest. If you want hides, you can go into the desert. If you want, like, flowers, you can go to the swamp. Like, it's just littered, surrounded by the best tier. But unfortunately, because I'm still pretty much journeyman moving to adept, all the zones I want to be in are like bloody miles away. So that was kind of one of the disadvantages of Caerleon. But hey, the vote was to go Caerleon. I do what you say. I went Caerleon. For those of you who don't know, Caerleon is in the middle of the Royal Continent, in the middle of the map, and it's kind of like the pirate or the thieves faction. It's absolutely surrounded by red and black zones, so you can't leave the gates without basically having a high risk of getting ganked. Caerleon is the only city in Albion with access to the black market. The black market is like the reverse auction house that buys gears from players to be dropped as loot in mobs, dungeons, and chests across the world. It's pretty much essential to the Albion economy. Crafters will basically sell gear to the black market, and when a mob dies, that item may drop for another player, because everything in this game is made by the crafters. It's one of its greatest strengths. So it's time to head out and do my first gathering mission in the areas surrounding Carleon. So I think to myself, you know what, I'm probably going to die if I get into a fight, so let me just put on my journeyman gear. And then that way, if I die, I'm not going to care if I lose it. I need to get some low tier wood, so I make my way through I'm actually heading towards the yellow zones, which is the problem that I originally said, that I was going to have to travel so far out to get the low tier gear. And then this guy decides to attack me, and I just default back into cower mode. No surprises, and just keep riding. I'm in desperate need for some wood, so this is why I'm here. And so I just spend the next hour chopping down some wood and filling up my bags. On my way back through the red zones back to Carleon, this guy comes and he walks right up to me, and he's obviously checking me out and thinks, oh Christ, he's got literally nothing, and then just leaves me alone. But I make it back, I drop all my spoils off at the bank, and then I decide to sell half of the wood that I collected for some cash, so I can resupply myself with gear if needed, because I'm still a little low on supplies. Alright, with the wood down, then I come out. See, this is one of the great things I love about Carleon, is like, you can go anywhere. I decide that I need ore, so within minutes I'm in the ice lands, and I'm collecting, specifically I need the tier 4 blue ore, so I go out and I get that. So at the moment I'm loving life. I seem to be making it back to Carleon pretty safely. There's people riding by me, they just leave me alone. I'm starting to think that maybe this Carleon isn't as hard as people think it is. So on my way back with my bags full and my confidence high, this guy comes up and starts running beside me. So it's pretty obvious what he wants. He wants my ore. And of course, I'm not about to get up and fight him because of the cowardice that we've previously discussed. But this guy was like really easy to predict. Like, obviously he's going to get off there. So I just sort of like, well, that was a bit slow there. But I just turn around. I tried to kind of be like erratic and just kind of go in the opposite direction of probably where he wants me to go. So it was a little bit of cat and mouse for a while there. So he's going to jump off. I just turn off. I'm just trying to waste his time, because I'm like, there's no way I'm getting off this damn ox, buddy. So I'm just trying to make him, like, just really annoy him and waste his time. So he's trying, God bless his soul, but I'm just a little too cunning for him. So I do a little wild, I'm just trying to get through that damn door. I don't know how I survived that, but I did. And as I get to the other side, he gave up and didn't come follow me. So that's my second successful stint, going out into the red zones and collecting mats. And I collected a lot of mats, so I chucked them in the bank. And now I'm feeling really confident, thinking maybe Carleon, you know, I can survive in Carleon. Maybe this is going to be okay. I'll be able to make up enough money and get my gear. One thing I also noticed as I was breaking down my ore, refining my ore out in the Carleon markets, is it's a lot cheaper to refine your stuff out here, I guess because there's less demand, so it's another little bonus to Carleon. And remember how previously I didn't have enough resources to make my adept Battleaxe? Well, guess who does now? So I make a few sets of the Battleaxe weapons. I'm trying to like get multiple sets so that if I die, it's not a big deal. I just come back and pick up another set. And I decide to try Rending Spin, because usually I use Rending Strike. So I thought, you know what, I'll try Rending Spin because it's an AoE, might work better. And because my confidence is soaring absolutely sky high, I think to myself, this time, because I've got my new Adept Battleaxe, I'm going out in full-on Adept gear. My confidence was building. I love the new skill. I definitely like the AoE side of it. And so I'm just like taking on mobs, multiple mobs at once. And you can see that someone comes up there and I'm like, you know, I don't just completely run away. I'm like, no, you know what? This is my zone. I'm not going to run away from you, big guy. So I head back down and I think, no, fuck, if you want to fight, you'll get a fight. So I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna fight. I'm just gonna charge them and attack them. I know I'm gonna lose. So I start fighting them, and then I get a little bit light, and then I realize they're a healer. So I'm like, well, I'm never gonna be able to kill a healer, am I? So I'll just go along and get out of here. Because I'm so used to healers never being able to be killed in MMOs, but they chase after me. But then I realize they're doing literally no damage, so that'd be a good dummy practice. So then I go back to attack them, and that's when I realize the error of my ways, because of course they're gonna 2v1 me, aren't they? Because I'm such a big threat in my new Adept gear. So rather than fight them, I try to run away. I should have just fought them. Oh no, I come back, look, a little bit of bravery. I'm like, if I'm gonna go down, I'll go down fighting. See how much damage I can do, which isn't a hell of a lot. Fuck. Look, I never said I was good at PvP. You can see now why I'm a coward. So I think to myself, you know what, maybe Battleaxe isn't for me. So I put on a warbow that I actually found on my travels out in the world there. And then I put on my journeyman gear because I've got no more gear left. And I head back out into that desert. I really do hate PvEing on a bow. I just feel like I just want to kite. Because it doesn't feel right just standing there. Even though I know they can't kill me, but just tanking them, it just feels so, like, it just feels weird. I don't know how to explain it. Yeah, someone else is fucking trying to find me now.
Well, I'm about to be with you.
Too late, really. Oh my god. I don't know what happened there. I remember I was trying to press frost shot over and over and over, and the damn thing just wouldn't go off. I don't know if I was like panicking and just like hitting the wrong button or something, but I remember my mind was like, do frost shot, create some distance, and I just couldn't cast the frost shot. So yeah, so now I'm naked again and I don't really have any more gear left. So then I was just left thinking, what am I gonna do? And then, like the light at the end of the tunnel, you, my audience, became my saving grace. I looked on my YouTube channel, and in that evening of dying over and over in Carleon, the votes had flipped, and you were now telling me to go back to Limhurst. And so, risking Paws McCartney's life again, and with everything I own, and the bags on his back, and me naked, with no armor and no weapons, I rode into the red zone forest with all the hopes that I could return alive. Come on, Paws, just one last time, buddy.
Oh shit, someone died like right in front of us. What's the plan?
We're gonna do, we're gonna go deep to into the forest and then cut around the side, if you know where I'm going. Right, let's go, we can probably go on the right, I reckon. Oh shit, there's three.
Here, top, above us, but if he's getting attacked by someone, so let's just ride off into the sunset.
Okay.
We've got to commit. There's 4 of them now. We've got to commit. But we're too deep.
We're deep in it. I'm nearly there, friend. Come on, Pause. I know, we don't care about Jake. Fuck him, let's go. It's you and me, buddy. He was never really close with me anyway. I was much closer to you.
I'd take you over him any day.
We made it. It was like the victory lap back home. I joined back to the Limhurst faction and everything felt right again. I still had the problem of being completely butt naked, and also being quite short on the old mats. So all I could afford to make was some journeyman gear. The only saving grace was I managed to save an adept Battleaxe, so it was kind of back to square one for the old Caerleon. I even had to make my journeyman tools again as well, but my mats were actually so low that I couldn't actually make them, so I had to go to the auction house and actually buy them. As much as I love crafting everything myself, it's a little bit to craft it when you've got no mats and you don't have any crafting tools, so it was an expense that had to be paid. So I thought I would try daggers. I had to buy them because I've obviously just used all my mats up. I'm still very new to dagger, so I used deadly swipe for my first skill because it gives me a little bit of mobility. I use throwing blades, I don't have much of a choice, but it gives me a 30% movement buff. And then of course my big damaging skill, which also heals, which is kind of nice. So I went out and chopped down some trees and also got used to using the daggers. I definitely like the mobility of daggers. I like the dance, the flipping behind them, the turning invisible, so I quite enjoyed that. But really, I just went in there. I'm building up my mats again since they're all gone. So I went down and got some trees. And then Jack said he needs to get some stuff to Carleon. He's going to try to make some money by transporting some stuff over there. So I said, I'm going to strip off, because he had already died for me, so I felt like I owed him one. So I said, I'll strip off naked, and I will be your decoy, and make sure they attack me first so you can get in. And so that was our mission.
Oh my god, there's a multiple red. Oh,
mama.
Flying away to the end of the earth.
Oh well, I'm dead.
Let's play that back in slow motion, shall we? So even though I'm naked, and I've got nothing to lose, and I've got no gear on me, and my job was to bait for Jack, you can see at this position, my decision is still to flee. The flight response is very strong in me. But I did indirectly help him because this guy ended up having to attack me, and that would have been one less guy on Jack. So I still will feel like I was responsible for him to get into Carleon. If you don't know, that is my current equipment. Full tier 3 journeyman gear. So we really need to go out and start getting those mats, so at least I can get myself back up to adept. Going to Carleon was the ruin of me. The people that voted for that should be ashamed of yourselves. So I come down to the desert, the steeps is what they call it, and I start collecting the iron ore because that is what's holding me from getting a lot of my adept gear. So I come down here, and I also need to level it up to adept and gathering, so it's like a double whammy. And so while I'm out and I'm skinning some beasts, I get up to adept leathering, so that's pretty awesome. So of course I spend my learning points in that to get that up. I'm really here for the ore, which is good because I also get that up as well. So having been out and collected a whole bunch of mats, but mostly leather, I was able to refine a whole bunch of leather, refine a whole bunch of ore, refine a whole bunch of linen, and I even collected some trees on the way back, so I was able to refine a whole bunch of wood. But unfortunately, I refined it all up to blue, and then when I went to go make my daggers, I realized, oh crap, I actually need the lower tier leather, so I go to the low tier zone to get that leather. Ooh, baby, look at all that. I'm able to come back and break down all that leather, so nothing should be able to hold me back now. With my stocks replenished, I was then able to finally make myself adept gear again, the hunter hood, the jacket, assassin jacket for the rogue, mercenary jacket for the Battleaxe, and some hunter boots. So I'm finally getting back to where I was before I headed off to that damn Caerleon city. What? Okay, now I need green ore. Don't you hate it when you think you've got everything only to realize that you actually don't and there's a bottleneck in the chain? Anyway, head back down to the desert, this time getting the ore that I need. I've spent hours down here. Oh, alright, now that I've got that bottleneck sorted out and I've got the green ore pumping away, I can finally make those daggers. I make the daggers, I study the daggers, I get my official you can now make adept daggers because I spend some learning points, and I make some daggers. I also do the same with the torch, make some torches, study the torches, and get up to adept. An assassin jacket for the rogue life. And finally, I can also put on the torch. And now I'm full adept equipment, whether that's Battleaxe or daggers. And now, gentlemen and gentle ladies, we need to talk. You decided my faction, and now you are going to decide my weapon, my very identity. Your choices are simple. Daggers, probably Deathgivers, axes, likely Battleaxe, or the bowline, most likely the Badon bow. In PvP, I've always been a kitey high mobility player. Slip in, delete a target, vanish. Stealth, speed, safety. Either that or a highly mobile kiter. It's where I'm comfortable, it's also where my fear lives. But there's another part of me, one that's sick of running, sick of avoiding fights, a part of me that wants to stop being a coward and become the bruiser. So now I'm torn. Should I lean into my strengths and play what might be a natural fit for me, or force myself to fight like the person I want to become? I'm going to show you highlights from 2 arena matches, one on the Battleaxe and one on the daggers. Watch them both, then leave a comment and tell me which weapon should I main and why. And please stick to those 3. Daggers, i.e. Deathgivers, bow, or the Battleaxe. This isn't about the meta, it's about identity. And if you've just been noticing, I'm now kitted out in tier 4 gear, all blue now. So I'm ready to go tier 4, so let's get into those arenas because I can find a queue for them.
Yeah, you should
I wish I had...
the healers below.
Oh yeah.
I got the healer. Oh shit.
Holy shit, the damage on this thing is insane! I got the healer so low. Alright, so start typing, guys, because I need to know which to main. I get a royal sigil from that battleground, so I sell it because I need the money. Then I buy a trophy book. I want to get the lower level trophy book for my guy now. So this is the novice one, so I go out and start collecting low tier trees so I can get him that trophy and make him that little bit happier. Then I'm going to have a little surprise for him when he gets back, because I convert all the stone that I've been collecting into the higher tier, and then I upgrade my house. And then the last thing is to put in the nice journeyman bed, and the nice journeyman table that he can eat off. So now when he comes back, he'll have all his trophies, he'll have all his furniture, upgraded house. He's going to be the happiest lumber mill guy in the world. And then me and Jack finish off the night in a dungeon, just to level up my daggers a little bit. So thanks everyone for tuning in for the second episode. Hope you've enjoyed it as much as the first. Make sure you let me know what I'm going to be maining. And I will see you all again soon for episode 3. They're going to be coming a lot more frequently now. Thanks everyone, and thank you so much for the support. Thank you.